what's up? Allie Tyler here, and today we are piggybacking off of last week's episode or email, depending on where you're coming in from, on the power of surrendering. We're going to take it a step further by talking about letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore. This could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could even be like material items that you've been clinging onto or carrying with you for a long period of time. It could be a memory, or maybe it could be a limiting belief that you have about yourself. Because the thing is, as we get older, we mentally and emotionally tend to hang on to things from our past because it's comfortable and because we don't really know what else there is. So many of you know that I left on a 9-month road trip around the country in my 60 square foot camper van. I had to quit all 4 of my jobs and leave my friends and family and explore an unknown territory for a long period of time. I had no idea where I was going to end up, and I had no idea what I was going to end up doing. I just knew that it needed to be done. After we finished our trip, we moved into an apartment and drove all of our belongings, which really wasn't that much, from California to Colorado, and we started unpacking. Now, if you're a female watching this, you'll totally understand when I say, I missed my clothes. Seriously, I had worn like 10 outfits for the last 10 months. I'm not even kidding you. But it was weird. Like, I didn't really know what clothing I had. And so at that point, it felt like it was like Christmas, opening up all of my bags and my boxes full of my clothes. So I'm sitting in our closet and folding and hanging up all of the clothes that I had so desperately missed. And I had this moment, I had a moment where I was staring at my clothes and I just really wasn't impressed anymore. I was certainly happy to have more versatility, but most of the clothes that I had been carrying with me since as far back as high school. So I started making piles. I made a pile to get rid of and a pile to keep. And even though I had gotten rid of dozens of trash bags of clothes before our trip, I was even more certain about getting rid of these clothes. Because now, after having all of that time off and creating that blank space, which is what I talked about in the last video, I didn't feel like these clothes served me anymore. I realized I was hanging on to my past. Now, for all you guys watching, this isn't just some talk about clothes. It's really about talking about what we carry with us in our day-to-day life. It's about what we are feeding ourselves with and what we surround ourselves with. Because whether it's old clothes or old belongings, maybe they're old relationships that are hanging by a thread, but you're trying so hard to keep them because you've put so much time into them. Or maybe it's a job that you hate, but you're dreading quitting because it's been your financial stability for such a long time. It's really important to take a real look at what is a service to your highest potential and what is a disservice to your well-being. So this week, I'd like you to try evaluating what's in your life and whether you really need it. Start with something small. It can be clothes, or it can be books, or maybe it's your diet, what you're feeding your body. And ask yourself, is this really serving my life? Do I need this to be fulfilled? And am I ready to replace this with something even greater? The more we can let go of what we've been dragging around with us for the sake of having it, the more we can invite things in that really excite us. Now, as Tim Ferriss says, the opposite of happiness is not unhappiness. It's actually boredom. Excitement is the most practical synonym for happiness, and it is precisely what you should strive to chase. Let go of what doesn't serve you anymore so you can clear the space and invite in more of what excites you, what liberates you, and what gets you closer to your best self. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.